4 trillion shillings in sustained investment to transition into a first world economy as he continues to push his administration's long-term development agenda. According to the president, funding remains critical for transforming key sectors such as infrastructure, manufacturing, energy, housing, education, and healthcare, while accelerating job creation and industrial growth. He notes that the government focuses on mobilizing both local and international resources through public-private partnerships, improved revenue collection, and prudent spending to finance the transformation, insisting that the investment drive is aimed at lifting millions of Kenyans out of poverty, strengthening economic resilience, and positioning the country as a competitive global economic under the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. President William Ruto is proposing the introduction of the death penalty for drug traffickers, describing the measure as a critical step in protecting Kenyan children from the rising threat of substance abuse. He is warning that the country is facing a growing drug crisis that is endangering the youth, insisting that longer deterrent measures are necessary to curb the distribution and the use of illicit substances. The president is highlighting that the government is working closely with the law enforcement agencies, community leaders, and education stakeholders to intensify awareness campaigns and rehabilitation programs while pursuing harsher penalties for those fueling drug abuse. He urges all Kenyans to support the initiative as part of a broader strategy to safeguard the nation's future and ensure that the children grow up in a safe and healthy environment. On matters education, millions of learners across Kenya returned to school as the 2026 academic calendar officially began on Monday, triggering a last-minute rush by parents to markets, uniform shops, and bookstores, while teachers finalized first-term preparation. Schools under the 844 system and junior secondary reopened first, with grade 10 learners set to report next week. Parents in Homa Bay have expressed concern over the rising cost of textbooks and learning materials as schools reopen for the first time of 2026, saying the high prices are straining household budgets and forcing families to buy only essential items in small quantities. The parents interviewed said tough economic conditions have made it difficult to balance educational expenses with the basic needs such as food, rent, and school fees, while traders reported a sharp drop in sales compared to previous years. Both parents and booksellers have appealed to the government to intervene and lower the cost of learning materials to ease the financial burdens on families at the start of the school term. Still on matters education, more than 40,000 early childhood development education ECD learners in Kiambu County have received free learning materials following the launch of a county-wide distribution program presided over by Governor Kimani Wamatangi at the start of the 2026 school year. The initiative will benefit over 524 ECD centers across all 60 wards and include exercise books, pencils, child-friendly desks and chairs, uniforms, and other age-appropriate instructional materials alongside ongoing investments in modern classrooms, feeding programs, and teacher training. County officials say the comprehensive intervention aimed to promote equity, improve attendance and learning outcomes, and position Kiambu as a model county for quality early childhood education. Teso North Member of Parliament Oku Kaunya has launched a constituency-wide bursary application exercise targeting more than 8,000 needy learners as schools reopen for the 2026 academic year, with each successful applicant set to receive 5,000 Kenya shillings through the National Government Constituency Development Fund. The exercise, running from January 5th to January 10th across 6 wards, also include full sponsorship for 30 university students pursuing law, medicine, and engineering, support for KMTC trainees, top KCPE achievers, and learners in technical institutes and universities, as the MP pledged to utilize the maximum bursary allocations to ensure children from disadvantaged backgrounds remain in school. Away from matters education, the National Council of Churches of Kenya, NCCK, has distanced itself from miracle healing claims by preacher David Owuor, warning Kenyans against accepting unverified assertion of curses for serious illnesses such as HIV and neurological disorders. The church body emphasizes that healing is solely God's prerogative and cautioned pastors against claiming exclusive divine authorities. In politics, the Jubilee Party has come out strongly to defend former President Uhuru Kenyatta amid renewed political infighting over the handling of campaign funds during Raila Odinga's failed 2022 presidential bid following a public spat between ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna and Suna East Member of Parliament Junaid Mohammed. While Sifuna accused Junet of misusing funds donated by Uhuru, Junet countered by alleging the money was mishandled by Uhuru's close associate, claims which Jubilee has dismissed as false, politically motivated, and aimed at diverting attention from the failures of the current administration. Finally, the government plans to strengthen industries and farming within Kenya's prisons to make the correctional facilities more self-sustaining. State Department for Correctional Services Principal Secretary Mary Muthoni has said. Speaking during a tour of Kitengela and Kajiado GK prisons, Muthoni noted that improved strategies, mechanization, and a better use of land for farming and irrigation will reduce reliance on government's funding while equipping inmates with the practical skills for reintegration. Now you're up to date.